Hey everyone, I'm Kathy from Kathy Creates, where I try to inspire you to create. Come on into my craft room and we will get started. This is my segment on Craft Around the Clock, and I have for you a brand new sign design. It's a little snarky, I'll warn you, but I'm telling you, it kind of gets to the point of things, right? So it says, unless you have packages, food, or a search warrant, beat it. So I thought it was just too funny not to do. So I had to do it, and it is on our website. It is the Beat It door hanger. So I'm just pulling us up here, getting us up. Let me turn our volume down. When you get here, say hello. Let me know you're here so I can see who all's here and say hello to you. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to show you this. Now I have already stained my backer board. So your backer board would come with just plain wood. Hey, Miss Tracy. But this is what your kit would look like if you received it, okay? Other than it won't be stained. That's up to you to do. Now, I am going to kind of space these out the way I want it. And then I'm going to measure, because we're going to put a stripe of white right across this. So I want to see where I want my line to be. I think we're going to go, we're going to go 3.5 from the bottom of the hole to 8.5. And we're going to do that on both sides. Okay. So I'm going to slide these pieces off. Uh-oh, did I lose my little, nope, there it is. Did I lose my little comma? Hello, Linda. Excuse me. Still getting over this whole illness thing. My goodness, it has really knocked me for a loop. I came home from the cruise and then almost immediately, 3 days later, tested positive for influenza A. Had that for about a week and a half, and I started developing a really bad cough. And that turned into bronchitis. And that's finally went away, but I just went to the doctor. Well, I still have a teeny bit of a cough, but not bad. And that went away. Hello, Cynthia. Yes, I'm finally back. So the cough finally went away, mostly. Still have a little bit. But in the process of all that coughing, I have a fractured rib. I broke my rib right here. It's just they called it a micro fracture, so it's very small, but it's painful. Hey, Miss Cheryl. Welcome, welcome. Glad to see you. All right, so we're going to paint this inside these white lines, or inside the lines white. So we're going to go ahead and do that. So I'm telling you, hello, Mel. This illness has been a humdinger. I've basically been sick for an entire month because I think we got back from the cruise on February 7th, I think. And by February 10th, I had influenza A and was very sick. And then that rolled into bronchitis, and now I have a broken rib from all the coughing. So it's been something, let me tell you. Right, Cynthia? Yeah, it's not been a fun time. I'm finally feeling good, though. And my cough is, I would say, 95% gone. Which is good, because it hurts when I cough now. It hurts my rib. So, yeah, it's been a lot. Okay, so I've painted the stripe. So we're done with that, and I'm going to set that aside, and I don't want to lose my little comma. So we're going to set this over here. I should have probably put these on tape so it would be easier. So let's do that now. So we are going to put all of our little words and letters, because some of these are connected. I did that on purpose so it'd be easier for both painting purposes and for just arranging them and all the things. It makes it a little bit easier when they're connected. And so I connected as many as I could. So yeah, my gals in my subscription group, I had to postpone our live because there was no way I could do it. I was still very sick with bronchitis when it was scheduled. So I had to postpone, but we did that this past weekend. We got that done. So thankful that they gave me a little grace on that. Hey, there's Miss Kimberly. Hello, hello. It's a new sign, Kim. You might want it for your door. At least your office door, maybe. I mean, who wouldn't want to tell people to beat it from your office door, right? Okay, but yeah, probably not appropriate, but still funny. We are making my brand new door hanger. It is the Beat It door hanger. And it says, unless you have packages, food, or a search warrant, beat it. It's just a silly, fun little sign. I'm telling you, when we go to these craft shows and these vendor events, all my snarky signs, they sell. They sell like wildfire. So I'm not sure what that says about Americans right now. That we're all very snarky. I guess that's what it's saying. Hello, Donna. Welcome. Yeah, but I'm feeling so much better. I feel fine other than my rib issue. I feel fine. I'm sleeping, well, not sleeping because of the rib, but other than that, I mean, the cough isn't keeping me up anymore. And until the rib really got fired up, I was sleeping really well. And then the rib decided that, no, you're not. So I figured that's what it was. You know, I, of course, did what anybody does. And when you have some random weird thing happen, you know, everybody gets on Google. And, of course, that's what I did. And Dr. Google said it's either bruised or I could have had a pulled muscle around my ribs, or it could be a bruised rib or the fracture. And that's even the doctor, when he examined me yesterday and he poked the spot that really hurts and I about came off the table, he's like, yeah, so I'm pretty sure you've got a fracture. And he sent me for x-rays and the results came back that it is a micro fracture. So I think what that would be like a little hairline fracture type thing. I'd never heard of a micro fracture before, but that's what it was called. So I'm thinking it's just very, very small. But he said 6 to 8 weeks for it to heal. Well, he said 6 weeks for it to heal, not 6 to 8. And no lifting, no twisting, no really raising my arm like up above my head. He wants me to make sure I'm taking deep breaths every hour, because people with a rib injury like this tend to breathe more shallowly. And you can get pneumonia very easily. So he said, make sure you're breathing, and especially with what I just went through with the influenza A and the bronchitis. He's like, yeah, we don't want to go back there. Yeah, it would be real bad for the rib to be coughing like that again. I have never coughed so hard in my life. It was crazy. Crazy. Okay. those are dry, we're going to dry our backer. Set this aside. I'm going to move that up here, out of the way. We're done with the paint. And we're going to get this dry, but let's go ahead and peel these off. I love using the tape because it gives you such a nice clean line. It's a great way to do these sorts of things. I can get it off my finger. There we go. So how is everybody else doing? That's enough about my ailments. Let's see, it's 44 degrees here in Ohio. It was 65 at lunchtime, and the temps have just been dropping like crazy. We've had some bad storms roll through, and it's been nuts. Teddy bears in here. Oh, Kim, I certainly hope that worked for you, girl. So Kim, I work with at work, and she had another surgery today to try to hopefully fix her throat issue. She hasn't been able to eat solid foods in 13 months. I saw that, Kim. We're supposed to get snow tomorrow. 65 today and snow tomorrow. How is that even possible? I think we are almost dry here. Supposed to get some rain tonight. It rained, I think, on and off all night last night. I know when I got up to go to the bathroom, it was raining, but it didn't keep me awake. We didn't have storms. Storms rolled in this morning at probably about 6. And on my way to work, I work at 7, so I leave my house usually about 6:15. I'm about a half hour away, and I always leave a little early. And it poured, thunder, lightning, wicked lightning, all the way to work. Okay, I think we are dry. I was shocked at how hard, and I mean the whole way, the whole half hour, it just poured. Well, I think I saw in the news that we got like 2.3 inches of rain or something. I mean, we got a ton of rain in a short amount of time. Where's my U? There's my U. Let's see. Unless you have, I always tell you to lay your pieces out. There's my A. There's my A. Because with all of our kits, they have this sticky back on them. And once you stick that down, it is not coming up. So see, like right now, I need more room over here. So I need to slide these over, and I would be out of luck if I had stuck these down. Because once they're stuck, they're stuck. They're not coming back up. Unless you have not packages, or not a package, unless you have, I'm like, why is this not fitting right? But now I get it. Okay. Or a search warrant. Put our little apostrophe up here. Or not apostrophe, I'm sorry, comma. Goes right there. And it says, beat it. This is just one of those fun signs. Okay. $3:30 this morning it was bad. Yeah, I was sleeping at that time, so I didn't hear it. But I did get up to use the restroom probably at about 4, I think, and I didn't hear it then. Well, I heard rain, but not thunder and lightning. Okay, I think I like my spacing. So the next thing you're going to do then is just start peeling it, and it's literally like a sticker. You're just going to peel the back off. I do like using this little tool from Dollar Tree. It is so much easier to peel these off with that, and then you just press it down and it's stuck. And it's not going anywhere. All of our kits have this product on the back, and it just makes assembly so much easier. You don't have to worry about gluing. You don't have to worry about the ooze that always comes out underneath. You don't have any of those problems. That's why I always use this. Okay. And you have a little bit of wiggle room, but once you press it down, I'll hold this up and you'll see it's not coming off. Yeah, thank you, Mom. Mom just posted the link. Hey, Jeanette. So when you order the kits, you get all of the wood pieces. It is not stained. That is up to you if you want to stain it. You do not get paint or anything like that with it. It's literally just the wood pieces. But all of my prices do include shipping, so you don't have to worry about that costing you any more. It's already in the price. And any and everything that can have our sticky back has it. So there's a few designs on the website that I wasn't able to put it on because of the way that it's put together. But 99% of the things, and it'll all say if it has the sticky back on it. There's only a couple that don't, and it's just because of the way it's designed. Say, did I paint the wrong side? I couldn't get the back off of that one. Okay, that's stuck. That's these. I just have these 2 words and then the beat it. Okay. So it's been a minute. I think I was live. I think I've been live once since we got back from vacation because I've been sick the whole time. So it's been a minute, and I'm glad to be back. Hopefully, God willing, hopefully things start going a little better and I'm able to keep my appointments. I've had to cancel a ton of appointments because all I was doing was coughing. I bet you do, Kim. On top of Kim's throat problem, she also hurt her shoulder. She slipped and fell on black ice and hurt her shoulder. So she's in an immobilizer. You're still in the immobilizer, right, Kim? Have they let you out of that yet? Right? Bubble. Yeah, we both need a bubble because, I mean, I broke a rib coughing, for heaven's sakes. That's when I was at the doctor yesterday for it, and he was funny. He's like, well, the bad news is I think you broke your rib. The good news is when somebody complains about how bad their cough is, you can just look at them and go, but did you break a rib? Like, I don't know if that's really bragging quality there, but hey, Beverly. Kim is still in the immobilizer. Yep. So and it's her right arm, and she's right-handed. So she hasn't been able, and that happened right before Christmas. So she's having a time too. Okay. So this is our last piece. So all of our pieces are on, and as you can see, they stick. They don't go anywhere. We're going to move these out of the way. Oh my goodness, that only took me 20 minutes. We're going to be done way early tonight, ladies. See if I got, oh, I have a couple other little things laying around I think we can work on. Okay. So, next thing we're going to do is we're going to put a hanger on this. So the way I do this, I have my holes at the top. I take my really thick twine. I have some really thick twine. It's actually like macrame jute. And I go in the hole from the front, bring it around from the back, and poke it back through. That way it's flat on the back when you go to hang it. Your knots aren't 4 months ago today. And oh my gosh, Kim. That way your knots aren't on the back that are going to make it, you know, flop around off your door. I don't like that. So I do it this way, and then my bow is going to cover up the knot so you won't see it. Okay. Let me grab my bow stuff. Stashed it back here. So first thing we're going to do is take a couple pieces of this. This is that floral. I get it at Hobby Lobby. It's $6.99, but of course never buy it when it's full price because every other week it's 40% off. And I just move up a couple pieces because, you know, you can move these. I'm going to cut that extra stem off. We don't need that. Well, maybe I'm going to cut that off. There we go. And I'm going to move this one up. Cut that. Now we're going to take a piece of floral wire. Of course we're going to do buffalo plaid, Kimberly. It is a black and white sign. Why would I not do buffalo plaid? Okay, now you're going to take these two pieces. You're going to cover them, or cross them, I should say, or overlap them. That's the word I want to say. And then we're just going to take that wire and wrap it all the way around. Okay, so we have our little floral bundle. Next, we're going to grab some twine. And we're going to grab some raffia. Oh, I can't stretch with that arm. That's the bad side. I keep forgetting. Because I'm right-handed and I want to do everything with my right hand. We're going to take them. I have to get some more raffia out. Never fear, I have plenty of raffia. You guys know me better than that. Let's see if this is enough. So I'm just going to kind of match up my ends. Okay, that should be enough, so we're going to put that back. All right, and we're going to make a loop, and we're just going to go back and forth making loops until we've used up all of this raffia. Actually, I think we could use a little bit more. That looks a little shy. Let's grab a couple more pieces. At least one more piece, I guess. Let's try that. And we're just going to add that to our bundle. Doing the same thing, just going back and forth. Yeah, I think that's enough. Okay. All right, and then we're going to tie this right in the middle. Ooh, you're getting a Hobby Lobby. Yay. I love Hobby Lobby. Although I have to say I'm a little disappointed in them. They're changing up their, I don't know what you want to call it. They're what they do, and I don't like it. They're doing a lot more home goods type things like blankets and sheets and towels, and I'm not here for that. This is Hobby Lobby. This is not a home store. And I'm a little disappointed because they've cut way down on the amount of ribbon that they sell. They've cut down on a lot of things, and I'm not here for it. I'm a little angry about it. Unfortunately, it's still the best place because Michael's is outrageously priced, I think, for like their ribbon and stuff. And, you know, Joann's closed, so what are your options? And I don't really like getting stuff on Amazon, like ribbon and stuff, because you don't know the quality of it. You can't see it. You don't know if it's super thin. Is it gonna fray real easy? You know, what's it doing? I don't know. I've bought some. I have. Some I've liked, some I've sent back. So, okay, so I'm dovetailing. So to do that, I'm folding it in half, folding it in half again, flipping it over, and then we're going from the outside bottom edge up to the center. And you get a nice little dovetail. Yeah, I'm not happy about that. I'm not happy at all about that. You're not Home Goods. You're a hobby store. That's the name. So unless you change your name, you need to go back. Okay, so to do my bow, super easy. You're just going to fold it in thirds, kind of cheat your ends down a little bit, and then just mush it down on your table. Okay, just like that. So it should look like a little, I don't know what you want to call this, but a little package, I guess. Then we're going to do the exact same thing with our buffalo plaid. So it will look like so. So that's what our ribbons look like, okay? Nothing crazy there. Exactly. Yeah, I agree, Jeanette. It is super easy to return Amazon, but, and I do buy a lot on Amazon. I do. I am an Amazon shopper, but I would prefer to go to Hobby Lobby and touch and feel and see and all the things. Okay, so we're going to lay our raffia across the top of our ribbon right in the middle, and we're going to put one string up, one string down. We're going to flip it all over upside down on our table. We're going to start to tie it. And we're going to pinch it to kind of gather it. And then I just make sure that my raffia is in the center and that everything looks good. Okay, so it looks like that. And then I finish tying it. I pull it tight. Okay, now we're going to take our little floral bundle and we're going to lay it right across the back. And we're going to pull that tight. And we're going to cut off our excess. And now we have this cute little bow. All right. So now to put my bows on, I always staple them because if you use hot glue and you put them out in the sun or anywhere there's a lot of heat, like between doors, because like I have a glass storm door and then my main door. And if you put that between there, it gets really hot. And with that hot glue, it's going to slide right off. It's going to melt it and it's going to slide off. So I always staple my bows. I find the center by pulling up this twine that I've already tied on. And then I staple it. And I just go in that back loop of the bow. And that's it, folks. Our bow is on, and we're done. So that is the beat it sign. No making for you, for me. What? Most of the ribbon comes from Craft Outlet and other places I purchase ribbon when I... Yeah, sure, let me know. Give me that, give me those links. I would love to find some new ribbon because I'm kind of all in the same. Not that I... Well, you can't see it, but not that I need any more ribbon because I've got all of that up there and I got another tough tote over there full of ribbon. But Okay, so that is our sign for tonight. And I might as well, we have some time, so I think I can get this done. This is another project I wanted to get done. I have an interchangeable frame. Where is it? Do I have it out? Where did I put it? I don't see it. Well, I don't, oh, it's right here. It's behind it. Okay, so I have an interchangeable frame that these fit right into. Okay, and then it sits on an easel. So we're gonna make a cute little thing to put on it. So I found these napkins at Meijer grocery store. Look how cute those are. I thought that would be super cute on a interchangeable. So let's get this painted. I'm gonna paint it white. Hey, Tracy. You know what? This has got a little bit of that laser burn on it. And this isn't going to cover well. So we're going to take a napkin or a wet wipe. And we're going to wipe that off. If you get anything like that that has been laser cut, now usually I put mask on it, but this is technically the back because the front of this has like a shiplap on it. And I did not put a mask on the back. So that's why we have this. And the paint doesn't really want to cover when it's on there. You can see that's the ick that it's taken off. So that should work now. So now we're going to go ahead and paint this. Bring back a napkin here so I don't get my table all messy. I think I've got way too much paint, but we will see. This is just a quick little fast project that'll just be super cute for Easter to put on my table with my interchangeable frame. So that particular interchangeable frame came from my subscription group, but I do have another one on there on my website as well that does have, I got way too much paint here, that is open for everybody, but it's on a little stand. It stands up more. I have way too much paint. So we're going to try to take some of this off. Get rid of some of these brush strokes because I kind of made a mess of this by putting way too much paint, which is going to take forever to dry, which we don't have forever. So this will be interesting. All right, I think that is pretty good. I'll wipe up my edges here a little bit because I got some paint off the edge. Okay. So let's get this drying. It was a lot of paint. I put way too much paint on there. But one coat ought to do it with that much paint. I shouldn't have to do more than one coat. We're going to get this started drying and then we'll work on our napkin. Okay, thanks, Jeanette. I appreciate it. Oh yeah, yep, those were last year. I did all the lavender. Those are all on the website too, I believe. We did a whole series of lavender last year, mainly because we attend the Lavender Festival. And they requested that we bring some lavender items, so I brought those. I think I sold one. It was like, I sold a whole bunch of other stuff, but I only sold one of my lavender things. So I was like, okay, So people like to come to smell the lavender, but they don't want to purchase lavender inspired things. So it's like, okay, good to know. So I won't be doing that again, but I still have some of it left. So we will put it out again this year because we'll be back at the Lavender Festival. Okay, so we're going to separate our napkin. And I don't know if I have my water pen out here. I'm pretty sure that's the only layer. Let me see if I can find my water pen. If not, we're going to go old school and just use a paintbrush. Where's my water pen? Oh, I think I just found it. I think that's it right there. Yay, I got it. Is there water in it? There is. Yay. Okay. So, I like to use the water pen because I like to make sure I get it wet. Come on. Where's the water? There's water in you. There it goes. I like that frayed edge look. So I'm going to just take my pen. We're only going to use a quarter of this napkin. I'm going to take my pen, and then it just tears right where you put the water. Okay. And then we're also going to do this edge though, because I don't like, actually I don't like this one because this one it's right up to the yellow. Let's do this one. I just noticed that. Get this water off of here. This one has a little more space. It's more evenly centered. You see what I'm talking about here? How this yellow egg is right up to the edge, where on this one it has a little more space. So we're going to use this side, this one. I didn't notice that before I started tearing it. Okay, there we go. And then we're going to go up here. Okay. And then we are still going to go right here on the edge. We're going to fray that edge. So that's why I needed a little bit of real estate there. And we're going to just tear this. How are we doing on time? Okay, we have 8 minutes left. 7 minutes left. Okay. Pen isn't really working that well. Okay. There we go. Okay, so we have our eggs out. Let's see if this is almost dry. We can finish it off real quick. So since I put this paint on so thick, and I'm drying it, I'm going to let it go ahead and bubble the paint deliberately, because then I'm going to distress it. It's automatically, or naturally, kind of crackling a little because I had the paint so thick, and then I'm using the dryer on it. So we're going to go ahead and let it do that. And then I'm going to take, I need a new thing on my... Okay, and we're going to go ahead and just kind of rough it up a little bit. Get our sides. And I'm just going to kind of go across it. You guys know this is the look I love. So I do this kind of thing a lot. goo out of the way here. Okay. All right. Now we're going to put our Mod Podge down and put our napkin on. I can get it open. Let's see. Find a good brush for Mod Podge. I don't like to use my better brushes. I like to use old icky ones. Yeah, this is a good one. So I'm just going to kind of guesstimate in the center here. And then we will go back and do more. Now, y'all know I like the wrinkly look, so I'm not worried about any wrinkles. That is no problem for me. If you don't want wrinkles, it's very easy. All you need to do is put your Mod Podge down, completely dry it, then put your napkin, and then you can put a layer of parchment paper over the top, and then you literally just iron it, and you'll have a perfectly smooth, flat surface. But as I said, I prefer the more vintagey look, so I like to have wrinkles. I don't mind one bit. Okay, so we've got that on there. Now we're going to go over the top, paying particular attention to our edges, making sure we got all of our edges down good. And then this also will seal this down. You do need to be somewhat careful because you can tear the napkin at this stage. So you do want to be careful. Okay, so we have it down. Now I'm going to carefully go through the center. Okay, so there. Simple, very easy, and it'll look really cute in my frame. We're going to dry up that Mod Podge. And then you can embellish this some, and I may go back and add some more, because I've got some of these, I think I've got some out. I've got some of these little paper flower things that I might add to it just to give it a little something, a little dimension. But you get the gist. Okay? Because look how cute that is. Isn't that precious? So just a super quick, fun little, and we can add a couple of these. Oh, my glue gun's not on though. But we can add a couple more of these around. Let's see, we got some pink ones. Where are they? I've got a whole bag of them in here somewhere. Oh, where are they? I kind of see them. They're floating around in here. There they are. I guess I don't have a whole bunch of them left. Oh, there we go. But yeah, so, you know, I'm thinking we might add a few just kind of around, kind of carry those flowers out to the edge. You get the idea. I'm just kind of placing them around, but whoops, and they're moving all over because I don't have them glued down, but you get the idea. And that gives it a little dimension, a little more color. I like that. I think that's cute. But I don't think I can glue them down yet. I don't think my glue gun's hot enough. Nope, not yet. But I'll post a picture of it when I get these on there. But anyways, so that is what I have for you tonight. So we have our sign. We have our Beat It sign. And then we have our cute little Easter egg insert. Okay? So that is what I have for you tonight. So I hope you all have a wonderful evening. Stay safe if you're in the line of the storms that are kind of popping up everywhere by the sounds of it. So stay safe, and I will hopefully see you next week. God willing, creek don't rise, I don't get sick, all the things. So we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.